Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Amy and Michael celebrate Gage's half-birthday. Tammy Slaton skips it. It feels like it was just yesterday that Amy Halterman and Michael welcomed Gage into the world. They, however, recently celebrated baby Gage's half-birthday. Just one day ago, Amy noted Gage was officially 6 months old. Halfway to a year old. Fans can't believe how fast time has gone by. 1,000 pounds. Sisters fans, however, could not help but notice someone was missing from the celebration. Where was Tammy Slaton? Why did she wish her nephew a happy half-birthday? Did she decide to skip the celebrations? Amy and Michael Halterman celebrate Gage's half-birthday. Amy took to Instagram just a day ago to celebrate the 6-month milestone of Gage's life. Happy 6mo baby boy. Mommy and Daddy love you so much. The proud mother gushed in the caption of her Instagram post. As we previously reported, there were a lot of fans who had great things to say. One fan, however, had some backhanded praise for Amy. The fan praised Amy for her good crib safety. This praise came after Amy Halterman had been dragged by fans for leaving Gage in a car seat and putting the whole car seat in the crib. The Instagram post featured a sleeping Gage rocking a black long-sleeve sleeper with white stars scattered all over it. Amy placed a circle panda picture on top of Gage with the 6-month milestone on the picture too. The post contained a second picture. Just a more zoomed-out version of baby Gage. Fans dote on the sweet sleeping baby boy. Fans, however, couldn't help but notice someone was missing. Why hadn't Tammy commented, or even reacted to the post about her beautiful nephew? Unfortunately, it seems as though Tammy Slaton has skipped out on celebrating Gage's half-birthday. Tammy Slaton skips the celebration. Unfortunately, it seems as if Tammy Slaton has been too busy flirting with her new man on TikTok to stop and celebrate Gage's half-birthday. We also know the TLC star was accused of scamming her fans recently. This resulted in her turning off her comments on recent Instagram posts. So, it is possible she didn't come on the post because she's avoiding fans. Either way, Tammy has gotten some serious backlash for appearing to be jealous of Gage. Likewise, fans also slammed her lack of excitement when she saw him for the first time. She, however, insisted she was sick with COVID at the time. The Slaton family just can't seem to have a celebration without a little drama. Fans of 1,000 Pound Sisters know that when it comes to Amy Halterman, formerly Slaton, family milestones are everything. From gender reveals to backyard barbecues, Amy's always made sure her 2 little boys, Gage and Glenn, feel special. So when she and her ex-husband Michael Halterman decided to throw a sweet half-birthday bash for their oldest son, it was supposed to be a day full of laughter, cupcakes, and cute photo ops. But the event quickly took a surprising turn when fans noticed one very important family member was missing: Amy's sister, Tammy Slaton. Social media, as always, went into detective mode. Why wasn't Tammy there? Was it a scheduling conflict, or something deeper brewing between the sisters again? Birthday cake, a sweet celebration for Gage. According to Amy's latest Instagram stories, the half-birthday celebration took place in her cozy Kentucky backyard. The setup was classic Amy, playful, simple, and family-focused. A big blue and yellow banner reading "Happy 4.5 Birthday Gage" hung over the picnic table. Amy had even baked a homemade chocolate cake decorated with toy trucks, because according to her, Gage is obsessed with anything that has wheels. Michael, surprisingly, was also in attendance. Despite their divorce earlier this year, the two seem to be navigating co-parenting with more peace lately. One fan commented under Amy's post, "So happy to see you and Michael both there for the kids. That's real growth." Indeed, photos showed the pair smiling beside their son as Gage blew out candles, while little Glenn giggled in the background, smearing frosting all over his face. For a moment, it seemed like the Halterman family was finding balance again. 2 parents putting their differences aside for their children's happiness. But as fans scrolled through the photos, they began asking one question in the comments. Where's Aunt Tammy? Face with medical mask, the mysterious absence. Tammy Slaton, who's been living her best post-weight loss life lately, was nowhere to be seen in any of the photos or videos. Normally, she's the first one to show up for her nephew's big moments, whether it's birthdays, holidays, or random family hangouts. So her absence stood out immediately. One Reddit user posted, "Tammy's been showing up for everyone else's parties lately, so it's weird she skipped Gage's. Something's up." At first, fans speculated that Tammy might have been feeling under the weather. After all, since undergoing her life-saving weight loss surgery and leaving rehab, she's been very cautious about her health. The upcoming winter season means colds and flu are more common, and Tammy's immune system is still adjusting. Another theory began circulating online, one that hinted at emotional distance rather than physical illness. Broken heart, a growing rift between sisters? Ever since Amy and Michael's divorce, fans have noticed a subtle shift in the dynamic between the Slaton sisters. In earlier seasons of 1,000-Pound Sisters, Tammy often leaned heavily on Amy for support, especially when she struggled with mobility and her food addiction. Amy, on the other hand, balanced caring for Tammy with raising her young family. But lately, it seems the roles have flipped. Tammy has found new independence. She's moving more, traveling, and even socializing with friends outside the family circle. Amy, meanwhile, has been vocal about how hard single motherhood can be. Insiders close to the family told TV Insider Weekly that Amy has been a bit resentful of how easily Tammy has adapted to her new lifestyle. Amy feels like she sacrificed so much for Tammy for years, and now that Tammy's thriving, she's not around as much, the source explained. She wanted her there for Gage's day. It really hurt that she didn't show. Still, Tammy reportedly sent gifts for both boys, a bag of toys and a handwritten card for Gage that read, "Aunt Tammy loves you to the moon and back." Cupcake fans react to Tammy's no-show. The fanbase quickly split into two camps. On one side were the supporters of Tammy, who defended her absence by saying she might be protecting her peace. "Tammy doesn't owe anyone attendance," one fan wrote on Facebook. "She's been through a lot, and maybe she just needed a quiet weekend." Others weren't so forgiving. "It's a half-birthday, not a cross-country flight," another commenter argued. If Amy could throw a whole party for her son, Tammy could at least stop by or FaceTime. Social media sleuths also noticed that Tammy posted a TikTok video on the same day, laughing with friends at a local coffee shop. While it's unclear when the clip was filmed, fans quickly connected the dots and speculated she might have chosen to spend the day elsewhere. "Looks like Tammy's living her best life and skipping family drama," one user wrote, but that might come back to bite her later. Family Woman Girl, a tale of two sisters. This isn't the first time the Slaton sisters have had a public falling out, or at least the appearance of one. From disagreements about child care to disputes over filming schedules, their relationship has had plenty of ups and downs. However, the one thing that's remained consistent is their love for each other's kids. Tammy has often said that being an aunt is one of her greatest joys. In a past interview, she shared, "I might not be a mom, but I love those boys like they're mine." That's why fans are hoping this little half-birthday no-show isn't the sign of something more serious. Some even speculated that TLC cameras might have caught the aftermath, possibly setting the stage for a future 1,000-Pound Sisters storyline. After all, emotional tension between Amy and Tammy has always been a central part of the show's success. Rainbow Amy keeps moving forward. Despite the swirl of speculation, Amy seems determined not to let anything dim her boy's happiness. In her caption for the half-birthday post, she wrote, "I can't believe my baby's already 4.5. Gage, you make me proud every single day. You're smart, funny, and got the biggest heart. Mommy loves you forever and always." Her post quickly racked up thousands of likes and supportive comments. Many fans praised Amy for keeping things positive, focusing on her kids rather than stirring up family tension. "She's growing so much as a mom," one user commented. "You can tell she's trying to build a peaceful life after all the chaos." And maybe that's the lesson here. Sometimes family members drift apart not out of anger, but because they're learning to prioritize themselves. Speech balloon. What's next for the Slaton sisters? Tammy hasn't addressed her absence publicly, and Amy hasn't commented beyond her cheerful Instagram posts. But with the next season of 1,000-Pound Sisters reportedly in production, fans are certain this half-birthday situation will come up sooner rather than later. If history's any indication, the sisters will find their way back to each other, through tears, laughter, and maybe another heart-to-heart on the front porch. For now, though, Amy's content focusing on her two little boys, while Tammy continues embracing her post-surgery freedom. Different paths, same roots.